sorry.
You just dropped the filter.
Hold on 1 second. I got it.
The back.
So I'm about to go on Twitch Live, YouTube Live. What I'm about to do is I'm about to drop hella gems back to back to back. All right, YouTube, so if you're watching this live, that's what's about to go down. And make sure y'all like this, you know what I'm saying? That's what I ask for. Like it and comment. Do a comment too. Comment anything. Comment fire emoji. Comment the stock emoji. Comment some emoji. All right. I'm gonna keep my IG live ready.
Put it on in your backpack.
I got you. Think we won't need it? Because it ain't that windy right here. I don't think it's going to be that bad. Want to try it? I got a tripod for my camera though, so I can hold the phone. Nah, you good, Alright. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to drop so many gems back to back to back. Now go watch this freestyle. Okay? There we go. Boom, got it. Alright. Put it on me. So easy. No box man deal. My bad, bro. Appreciate it. What he about to do is I'm about to go off the top. Let me make sure I pin this real quick. Make sure I pin this. Alright y'all, so what I'm about to do is I'm about to go off the top. Whatever he asks me, I'm gonna do 90-second points on it, a whole bunch of them. Y'all ready? Yeah, let's go. Let's talk about, what's the first one? Let's talk about when traders should quit their 9 to 5. Alright, so the question is when the traders should quit their 9 to 5. So listen up. Shoot, you probably can edit that out. What? Shoot fucked up, kind of, but it is what it is. I got you. I'm gonna go 35. Got you. All right. You ready? Yep. All right. So when should a trader? All right. When should a trader quit their job? For one, you should not quit your job until you have at least another stream of income. So it ain't about trading. Trading is extra. What you should be doing is making sure that you have a side hustle to invest the money in. So unless you got some other stream of income, in my opinion, you shouldn't quit your job to become a trader unless you're a day trader. Somebody who's constantly at the computer from about 9:30 to about maybe 12 o'clock, noon, then I would recommend quitting your job. But if you have a 9 to 5 that's paying your bills and then trading is extra income, use the trading to build, your retirement portfolio. I don't recommend quitting your job unless you have another stream of income that can replace your job, or you are a day trader. And even with day trading, you should be still investing long term, and you need to be getting other things like Bitcoin as well. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you buy it on the dip, and then also always take advantage of market drops. That means prices are at discounts. It doesn't mean the world is ending. You feel me? So make sure y'all tap in. Comment the word trial if you want to tap in. If you're on Instagram, and if you're on YouTube or so, honeydrillnetwork.com. So talk about depressions, you feel me? Like, you know how we talk recessions and depressions? Right. Talk about what you think about those. Are those good opportunities to buy? Or like what you think? Or is the world ending? Yeah. All right. So a lot of times people think a Great Depression or a recession is a bad thing. And yes, it is bad. But if you are smart and you are a financial strategist, you will understand that that is prices at a discount. Metals, gold, stocks. A lot of things can drop, you know what I'm saying? So that's when assets drop. So assets dropping is a great thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just a discount for you to buy the dip, all right? So talk about charting. Like, you know how at night people do charting and stuff like that, to study the chart. Like, talk about the importance of that. All right. check me out. It's always very important to make money. All right, I'm doing it. All right, so make sure you always charting at night. The reason why you need to chart at night is because a lot of your best discoveries will come at night, and it will make you more wanting to get up and trade. It'll make you more enthusiastic about trading because you're like, man, I just studied this last night. Can't wait to get up in the morning. So you need that. You need that enthusiasm. You need that optimism. Because the more optimistic you are, the more you believe in yourself, and you back test more at night. I make most of my money at night from looking at charts. Because for one, you got more time to look at it, and it's just lit, you feel me? So make sure y'all tap in. Make sure you comment the word try so I can teach you how to chart. I have a video on charting.
Yes. Can you say I make most of my money at night just for a hook?
I bet. So I make most of my money at night. Here's how.
Perfect. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go for. I really have another.
You got to kick out somebody.
Yeah, hey, block the fuck out of nigga.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
So talk about people who always in their feelings, like who let their feelings get in the way of like action. You feel me? So to give some discipline, motivation game. You feel me? And then expanding on that, we're gonna go after that for
So
trading.
one more time, what's the question?
So like talk about people who let their feelings get in the way of like doing what they need to do.
Gotcha. So here's the thing. Never let your emotions get the best of you and make it to where you cannot make money. One thing about making money is perseverance. Perseverance is definitely key to being successful. Not every day are you going to want to wake up and do it. One thing I had to learn is whether it's working out, whether it's making money, you have to do it depressed, anxious, mad, sad, happy. You have to work at all times. And one rule I have for myself is I'll never let myself go more than 2 days without trying to get some money. 2 days is the max. Really, to me, it's a day, but 2 days is the maximum I'll sit down for anything. And if I'm mad at something or depressed about something, I have 12 hours to get over it. It's just how it goes. But whoever that person is, I need about 6 months of healing for you. I can't see you for 6 months. You feel me? So that's another rule I have. Give yourself time to heal because you do not. One thing I learned is you cannot heal in the same environment that hurt you. That's something I always learn. So if you embarrassed yourself in your town or you did whatever, you have to move. It's hard to heal in the same environment that hurt you.
So, all right, it's gonna be a little personal then. Tell me how you feel moving to Kansas affected your entrepreneurship journey and like affected how you think right now and made you more money, if it did.
All right.
And then coming back to Atlanta, of course, you feel me? Just the whole Kansas storyline, you feel me? So moving from Atlanta to Kansas and then moving back to Atlanta.
All right. So, growing up in Atlanta, I left Atlanta during the 11th grade and I moved to Kansas. So I went to Manhattan, Kansas, and I went to Manhattan High School. So I went to a 90% black school to a 90% white school. And it's a little bit different how you interact with friends. I went from an all-black friend group to a mixed friend group, and I've never really been around a diverse crowd of people until I was in the 11th grade. So it actually added a better studying, a better understanding of the world, better understanding of how to sell to multiple people and how to talk to multiple people. So it was actually a good thing that I got out of Atlanta because I think about how close-minded I would have been just being in one area. And then even being here in Puerto Rico, it's also opening me up to, you know, customs and how people live. And there's a lot of Spanish wealth here. So, you know, it's lit, you feel me? I feel like moving to other places is the best thing you can do for anybody. I would say always kind of move around. You don't want to stay in one area forever.
For sure. For sure. And you always on the move, right? You always in other places, stuff like that. Tell me about how you trade while you on the move and factoring like time zones and stuff like that.
Gotcha. All right. So I travel a lot, and here's the things that I had to realize when trading. Always set your phone to American time, right? So whenever I'm out of town, I leave my phone on US time zone because that will give me a clue of what time it is for me to post content, what time it is for me to wake up, what time it is for all that. So I plan my day off US time no matter what. But because I have multiple phones, because I'm a content creator and everything, I'll have one phone to see what time it is over there too, so I can compare the two. So that's something that I do personally. So even if it's another device, your laptop stays US, your phone stays that makes sense. So that's my best advice. And also get you a tri-screen. All right, so you can Google these, whatever brand you want to use is fine. Always get you a tri-screen, or you can use your iPad as a second screen. You can trade on that, and then, or you can watch charts on your iPad or laptop, and then you can trade on your phone. But what I like to do is I like to trade from my laptop and chart on my laptop. So I use what's called tri-screen. You can Google that, and yeah, that's what you should do.
So you don't want to get into that sell, right? Them niggas hold you, ain't it?
Yeah, hell yeah. I ain't shout out the brand. I said they better Google it.
Yeah.
They talking about tri-screen. All right, so what else?
All right, for sure.
The niggas gonna give me an affiliate link, so I'm like, shit, I can't shout out the brand.
Yeah, for sure. So tell me about the importance of. Actually, let me go ahead and.
Who?
Let me see one second. I'm gonna go ahead and go into.
Yeah.
Let me see. You talked about rich people don't budget, right?
All right.
You wanna go into that?
No. They do budget, but they aren't. What I said was rich people do not. How do I say it? There's different ways that they budget, but they're not as cheap as people say they are, if that makes sense. They just have different expenses. Most rich people have, you want me to float?
Go ahead, float.
All right, cool. So a common misconception that a lot of poor people have is that rich people don't spend money on clothes, rich people don't spend money on liability, rich people don't do this and that, and that's far from the truth. The truth is, most rich people have things that they spend a lot of money on, and they have companies and things, and they have expenses. All right, so they have big expenses.
All right, you ready? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, bro.
Oh. Are you going away? I was about to say, boy, that shit is trash. I swear they say the same beat every fucking time. And then just put different words on there. Oh, you go ahead and get
This way.
So what was the question again?
You was talking about rich people spending.
Okay. Alright.
You on the side?
So a common misconception that people who don't have a lot of money is that rich people don't spend a lot of money, that rich people live on a tight budget, and that's far from the truth. Rich people do spend a lot of money on liabilities, but they allow their assets to pay for their liabilities, and that's the difference between the two. Or they have cash flow, extreme amounts of cash flow. But most rich people spend a lot of money to make a lot of money. So they may not be buying a lot of things as far as spending on clothes, and some of them do. Yeah, some people do both. But most rich people spend 6 figures a month to get richer. And that's the thing that broke people don't understand. If you want to make a lot of money, you got to spend the thousands to make tens of thousands a month. And then you got to spend tens of thousands a month to make hundreds of thousands a month. And then you got to spend hundreds of thousands a month to make millions a month. So that's what people don't understand. That's the real game that people don't know. It's about how much you spending to make your money. And there's, on the stock market, you're gonna see companies spend billions to make millions, right? Or billions to make billions. You feel me? So that's the game. You feel me? You heard it here first. Let's start.
Talk about cash flow. You know what I mean? So cash flow versus savings. Should people at the bottom focus more on increasing their cash flow or focus more on saving money?
Alright. I don't even know how I'm saying this, y'all. So I just know financial literacy. You ready? All right. So saving versus cash flow, which one should you do? I believe you should be doing both. You should be increasing your cash flow and then using that cash flow to save more money. Okay? So no matter who you are, make sure you increase your cash flow. You should have money you live off of and money you invest. That's why I always tell people it takes 2 streams of income to come up. One to live off of and one to save and put 100% into something. All right, whether it's stocks, real estate, credit, or business. Whatever you're doing, you need to be using that cash flow per month and using it to get more money. Feel me? I'm the best gem dropper in the motherfucking world, and especially with this financial literacy shit. This shit come off the top. Let me tell you why, because I did it myself. Make sure y'all comment the word trial if you really want the gym. This shit coming off top of the dome. I don't need no manual. I ain't reading off no teleprompter. Shit just come off the dome.
All right, I got it. All right, what's your thoughts about being debt free? All right. And we can break that down into 2 parts from one video. You can take and show, you know what I'm talking about.
So a common misconception is that being debt free is the goal. But believe it or not, there's good debt and there's bad debt. Good debt is debt that you plan on paying back with cash flow that you invested the money that was loaned to you to make. Bad debt is high vacations on a credit card, a bunch of jewelry, a bunch of all that shit, you feel me? That's bad debt. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. So liabilities is bad debt and assets is good debt. That's the game.
Sure. And you want to talk about some borrow against game? You want to get some borrow against game?
Who?
Some borrow against game. So like borrow against your assets. So
okay.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Nigga, you kind of smart. This nigga right here. And then, you ready?
Yeah.
So, one thing people don't understand is how the rich get richer. Here's what I learned by the term rich get richer. Because they borrow against their assets. So you can put money in a high yield savings account and borrow against it. You can buy a piece of real estate and get a line of credit or a loan, right, against your real estate. You can put some money in crypto or stocks and still borrow against the money. So that's how the rich get richer. They buy the assets with cash, then they borrow against it and go buy more assets. And that's what I've been doing. I borrow against my real estate, I borrow against my stocks, I borrow against my high yield savings, and that is why the rich get richer. They continue to buy assets and borrow against the assets. Man, I'm too fly at this shit, man. Shit coming out the top. Hey, and look, when I get that spot, it's over, man. When I open up that spot, that's what, man, what? I'm gonna be teaching the world this shit.
Yeah.
Cause that's really what the black people missing, bro. Just being all the way honest, bro. Black people, we're missing financial literacy. And I was saying that last night. I was like, look, fuck the reparations. If they give us money, they just gonna spend it on liability. They going straight back to Louis Vuitton. They're gonna buy those seafood bag boys. They're gonna buy a whole bunch of nothing. So what I'm trying to do is spread the knowledge on how to make your money, keep making money for you. So that way you can buy assets and they can pay for your liabilities. And that's really what we need to fix. It's the financial literacy, it's the mindset that needs to be fixed, because a lot of people are sick because they drunk the Kool-Aid of the propaganda, the rap music, the overconsumption, consumerism. They drunk the Kool-Aid. So once you drink the Kool-Aid or you bite the fruit, the forbidden fruit, they got you. You get what I'm saying? So hey, you're there to fight.
So,
All right, what's the next one?
so you talk about having high income but lower, you feel me, lower expenses and stuff like that. Talk about the importance of not lifestyle creeping and stuff like that.
All right, we get it. So the thing that a lot of people do wrong is they lifestyle creep. And what got me rich is the ability to not lifestyle creep. When I was in the Army, I made $3K a month for cutting hair, and I made $4,000 a month from the Army. I could have easily used that $3K to upgrade my lifestyle. I could have bought a nicer car, a nicer house, or an apartment. I was making $7K a month. But you know what I decided to do? Live below my means. I lived off about $2,500 of my money and invested over $5K a month. You get what I'm saying? Or $4K or $3K. I always put in thousands and thousands in the stock market. even when I was in the Army. But most people would use that money to increase their lifestyle just to keep up with the Joneses, just to flex on Instagram, just to show people that they're living the life. And that's what a lot of people's problem is in the middle class. The middle class stops, and that be their problem. Sometimes some people, that's all they have. They have a house and all the things, so they're what we call is house poor. All you have is enough money to live. And then they talking about they gotta save for a vacation. But think about it, if you're making 7K, 8K a month, if you would have literally lived off half of that, which is $48,000 a year, you cannot budget your life with $48,000 and then use the other half, if you're making 8K a month, to literally invest. And then you wouldn't be worried about having to save for a vacation. You would have it. You get what I mean? But a lot of people just lack financial literacy. We only know what we talk, you feel me? You see what this shit looking like? Yeah, they fucking with it. Somebody said, not gonna lie, they got me. He talking about the folks who made him drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, they got the Kool-Aid.
they drunk that shit.
Yeah, so talk about like how black people have been propagandized, you feel me? Like, but talk about like the propaganda machine. Talk about you feel me, with the indoctrination of, you know what I'm saying, the black mindset.
So here's the thing about we as black people, or just people in general, propaganda has stirred up a lot of people's brain. I call it drinking the Kool-Aid or eating the forbidden fruit. Forbidden fruit is the rap music, the frequencies, the consumerism. You know what I'm saying? What they did was they put this in your brain lots of times. So what they realized is to control a bunch of humans, you have to feed them patterns. So if I can feed you negativity as a pattern, you will be a negative person. If I can feed you consumerism as a pattern, you will have a pattern of this. That's why Black Friday and Christmas sales always skyrocket, because they fed us the propaganda, the pattern of spending during these times. That's why there's a lot of violent black people in hoods, because they fed them the propaganda of the music and everything. So you just gotta learn that pattern is how humans are controlled.
So talk about people don't be off. Talk about. Damn, I just had the idea. One second. Fuck.
How you feel about YouTube only monetizing original content? It's not monetizing anything AI or anything that's not.
Only reason I wouldn't do that is so many people make content on that already.
Okay.
They do it. Like a lot of people spoke on that shit.
For real. I stop back get some new shit.
Yeah.
So I was just about to ask you something. I threw off. But we're gonna get something on the list. All right.
Ask them to give ideas. Tell them if they want me to talk about some points. See what they got in there.
Yeah.
Drop the points in the comment.
Oh, we get some dividend game. So you want to give some dividend game? Some dividend game for generational wealth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Dividends are cool, but they're very safe, if that makes sense. So once you understand the game, the more aggressive you are, believe it or not, the more you know about financial literacy. The least aggressive, in my opinion, the less you know. So think about it. If a person is saying, I'm going to give my money to a fund or an index fund, and he doesn't know how to invest his own money, so that means he doesn't have financial literacy technically. But me, I would never give my money to an index fund or anything. You got Bitcoin, you got option leaps, you got shares of growth stocks, you got Hood. My new favorite one is Webull. You know what I'm saying? I just bought that on the dip, making hella bread on that, you feel me? So that's my whole spiel. If you're not aggressive, that technically means you don't know what you're doing. Point blank period. Feel me?
Yeah. So let's go somewhere more light.
Yeah. They're talking about. They want to get some more? This shit's one of the hardest lives ever. I'm dropping real good. You gave y'all so much life-changing gems right then and there, and y'all get to see it before it gets posted on the ground. You know? ATL shit. But yo, get his ass on live. I'm like,
got to. I'm gonna prop that motherfucker up.
no,
I gotta get in there.
get in there. Also, ATL and NCAA is where I stay. Who wanna come hang with Aristotle? Hey man, when I start spending them, when we get the business to that number I was telling you about, over with.
Oh, hell with. Clean it down.
But then that ain't shit.
About what?
Yeah. That ain't shit. Yeah, I talk about that. Also ATL. Also ATL. Let me know.
Shit, it's better. Yeah.
Let me know what you want me to say.
So,
Black people protesting?
yeah, go on there.
Alright. So here's my spiel about the whole protesting thing. I personally believe it takes money to go to war. So I feel like financial literacy is what we need to be focused on, is increasing our wealth so that way we can afford to have our own, to where we're not begging others for what we, asking for, if that makes sense. So I feel like if we focus on financial literacy instead of protesting and things like that, I mean, I get it for police brutality, things like that, that's cool. But at the same time, you do the math, okay? The reason why the protests were with Martin Luther King was because they were boycotting. So I feel like boycotting is how you get things done, like boycotting Target and everything. That worked and that had some effect on them. You get what I mean? So protesting, I think we should be more focused on boycotting and being serious about boycotting, because if it doesn't affect someone's pay, it doesn't affect their day. Think about it. If I slap you and then you're not going to sue me, you're not going to affect Honey's Your Network, which is my business, you're not going to take any money from me, but you sit outside with a sign saying, "Why did you slap me?" Do you think I'll give a fuck? No. You get what I'm saying? Think about it. That's laughable. Why did you slap me? Cool. Didn't affect my pay, it don't affect my day. You get what I'm saying? So that is my two spills on protesting and why I believe we should focus way more on boycotting and having a serious thing on boycotting, because standing outside in the streets, you get what I'm saying? Cool. But, taking nigga money is over with.
Spring. For sure. Alright, let me go ahead and go back to the bed real quick.
Yeah. Would you care if a nigga stood outside your house talking about, "You slapped me. You slapped me"?
Damn, slap his ass
No. Slap his ass again? No. Hey. Hold on, where the fuck my, I thought I had some. Damn, my comment went away.
Yeah, that happened.
I don't know. I'm gonna tell them to comment. Trial. To tap in. Damn. Say comment, trial to tap in.
Or you remember how much you had approximately when you was buying your milestone cars, like your first Corvette, your Rari, your G, all that stuff? Like you remember how much they were? Yeah, you can say that word, yeah. Or you can say like cash dollar amount.
I can say that.
For sure.
I'll tell you every net worth I had when I was buying everything.
For sure. Go ahead.
Alright. When I bought my Buick Verano, I was 19 years old, and my net worth was approximately $5,000. When I bought my Camaro RS in 2014, when I was 19, I bought a Buick Verano. My net worth was about $5,000. When I bought my Camaro RS, my net worth was about $10,000. I thought I was doing something, so people picked on me for having a V6 instead of a V8. So that honestly they don't understand it, but it lit a fire under me. So then, when I bought my Camaro SS in 2019, and 2019, my net worth was about maybe $600,000. And that's, but I had about $250K on me, but we talking about net worth, right? And then when I bought my Corvette, my net worth was maybe, I'll say $3 million. And when I bought my Ferrari, my net worth was 8 figures. And when I bought the G-Wagon, my net worth was 8 figures. And when I bought the Cybertruck, my net worth was 8 figures. And when I bought a Jeep, my net worth was 8 figures. And when I bought 2 golf carts, my net worth was 8 figures. You feel me?
You say the Jeep part and what's it called, the golf cart again?
Say what?
Say the Jeep part and then the golf cart part again.
When I bought the Jeep, my net worth was 8 figures. When I bought the 2 golf carts, my net worth was 8 figures. When I bought the building, my net worth was 8 figures. You know, it won't change because I have 8 figures, over 8 figures in assets. So my net worth will always be 8 figures for the rest of my life. And that's no cap. You get what I'm saying?
So why don't you go ahead and buy like all these expensive cars and stuff like that? Why don't you just wall out and everything?
All right. So a lot of people want to know, why do I not ball the fuck out even though I have an 8-figure net worth? Let me say it again. A lot of people want to know, why don't I just ball the fuck out even though I have an 8-figure net worth? And the reason is because I have to use these M's to go make more M's instead of spending these M's to impress people who I don't even care about. You get what I'm saying? So that's something that I want you guys to understand. Even though I'm rich, that doesn't mean I have to splurge on a whole bunch of liabilities. I'm splurging on a bunch of assets, so that way I can chill in my 30s and my 40s, and then I can flex on you. You get what I'm saying? So what I want is, I do want the liabilities, but I want enough assets that will cover my liabilities with a bunch of passive income. So I feel like if you can make at least $1 million a month a year, you can make $1 million a year passively from your assets, you can splurge. Let's just say I got $1 million a year in dividends. I can go do what I want to do. But guess how many assets that's going to take about maybe 25 million in assets to make $1 million in dividends, or $1 million in interest off my money. Now we can go spend and splurge and flex on the ground. Or some people, it may be 400, 500,000. You don't need that much. Honestly, I need about 500K a year to live the type of life I want to live. So that's about, you can go on as many vacations as you want. You can have a nice car, some nice houses. About $500,000 for me. I don't need too much. But yeah. You see what he's talking about? Yeah, they in this bitch. Man, you just change the music.
Alright, for sure. I got another a little personal. So I remember you said something about your mom drove a van when you was, and that embarrassed you. So I want to hear about what you got to say about that. You feel me?
All right.
So
that's cool. So you know what to do. All right. So back in the day, my mom drove minivans, and that used to embarrass me when I was going to school, because a lot of people's parents had, Escalades, Lincoln Navigator, just anything except a damn van, right? And that was very embarrassing. And I remember one time people laughed at me. for my parents driving a van. But, you know, once I understood life and got a little bit more money, I was like, you know what? That's just life. And sometimes it makes for a good story. Because let's just say she wasn't driving a van, I had everything I wanted, and my parents put me in college and all this stuff. I wouldn't have the hunger to be able to be where I'm at now. The only reason I'm here where I'm at now is because I wanted what other people had, and I had to go work for that shit. You feel me? So that's the game.
So, I remember you also on that saying, no, I remember you also talk about like rich people just being some greedy ass motherfuckers. I like that hook, you feel me? Yeah. So you want to go ahead and talk about some of that?
Yeah.
All right, hold on, give me 1 second. Perfect, yep.
All right. So in order to be rich, there is a level of greed that you have to have, because no matter if you made 6 figures in a day, you still got to go make more. That's technically greed, if that makes sense. So, but that's good greed. You see, bad greed is when you're trading. There's, you know, fear, and then there's greed. And then you can even look up the fear and greed index, and you can Google it and click on the one with CNN.com, and that projects when to buy and when to sell. You're supposed to buy when people are fearful and sell when they're greedy. But when it comes to rich people, they have what I call good greed, because think about it, the whole notion of a business is to make more money than you made last year, the year before that, and the year before that, and the quarter before that, and the quarter before that, and the quarter before that. So rich people determine their money monthly, quarterly, and yearly, all right? And the goal is to always make more money either quarter after quarter or year after year. But the best goal is year after year. Better money than you made last year. And that, my friends, are the type of stocks that you want to invest in. Companies who can show consistency and making more money year over year. If you don't understand anything I say out of that, definitely take that point.
So.
I bet they was like, nigga, that's greed. There ain't no such thing as good greed.
You know, you talked about that kind of went viral.
What?
It was the religion thing. It didn't kind of remember. I mean, it went really. Yeah,
that shit definitely went.
You remember that one?
Yeah.
It was in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, talk to me about that. What you think about? You feel me? You already know.
Yeah. So my whole game with that was, I realized that overly religious people do not realize that they themselves have some level of narcissism, some level of needing to humble themselves. And what I mean by that is, okay,
My bad.
now you good.
All right.
So, I had a viral clip talking about how people who are overly religious thinks they're better than more people. All right. I had a reel that went viral that talked about how I believe that people are arrogant in their own unique ways. You can be arrogant in money, you can be arrogant in religion, you can be arrogant in how you look, if that makes sense. But some people believe that if they look better than you, they're better than you. Some people believe they have more money than you, they're better than you. Some people believe just because of the color of their skin, they're better than you. Some people believe they're better than you because they're taller, or, you know, whatever, right? So it's the same with religion. People who are overly religious believe they're better than you because they have this notion that they're closer to God than you, and they're become crazy after a while because they believe they can cast spells on other people and be like, okay, God, do that to them. They don't even realize that's witchcraft. That's not religion. You get what I'm saying? So some people start to feed too much into it to the point where they believe they're God's best friend, and they believe that they have favor over other humans, that they have some little magic wand in Harry Potter or some shit. And I tell them, humble yourself, pipe down. You're not that special. None of us are really that special. No matter who you are, you don't deserve tomorrow more than the next person. No matter how much you go and pray or jump around in church, you don't deserve to live tomorrow more than the next person. That's the only thing I say. So no matter who you are, that's the most humbling thing you can do. You can look better than everybody, you can pray better than everybody, you can have more money than everybody, but the one thing you do need is health and safety. Those are the two things you need in order to stay alive. So no matter who, you still gotta be humble in some way. All right. They fucking with it.
So, and can you do a hook that just says there are different ways to be like arrogant? You feel me?
Yes.
Let me just like come off strong on that hook right here.
Man, listen, there's so many ways people are just arrogant. Let me explain why.
This one kind of did viral too.
Yeah.
On TikTok and YouTube though. But it's like how money changes your ability to like do regular things. You feel me? You sitting down with Derek Jackson, not Derek Jackson. Sit right there.
Derek Grace?
Yeah. Boom.
What I said, money gives you the ability to do different things. Like what?
Oh, you said money. Yeah, you said money changes your ability to do different things. So like you can't really pull up at your grandma's place out no more and stuff like that.
Boom.
So go ahead and talk about that.
So, Lil Baby talked about one time in a viral reel how money depressed him because he was not able to do certain things like he could do because he's too famous and it's a safety hazard and all of that. And that's true. Like my folks from Cleveland Ave, where the famous YSL case happened, right? And I used to pull up all the time before I had wealth. Like, go to the gas station, post up, because what I had to realize is when you don't value yourself or you don't feel like you have anything to lose, you move however you want to move because you're like, shit, it is what it is. But when you start having money, you value your life, you value your safety way more because you want to live, to be able to see yourself enjoy what you have. So it changes, you get what I mean? And then they say money don't change you, it changes the people around you, and that's true, but I think both change. You change, and then the people around you change. They can either be more entitled or jealous. So that can also come with emotions that you have to deal with as well because people like to see you doing good, just not better than them. So surpassing people, you're going to piss off people you surpass, or if they hear them footsteps, you walking too close to their legacy. You see what I'm saying? Because at one point in time, they were mentoring you, making sure that you became great, right? But then when you become it, one thing I realized too is people like it until you actually do it. People love the underdog until he does it. And they rooting for somebody to overthrow him from that point, right? But at the same time, one thing I learned is negativity is always the loudest, all right? So listen, it can be 1,000 people in a room and we can all hop on stage and say 1,000 positive things, 999 positive things. But if one person yell and scream and act crazy, we going all 999 of us are going to be talking about that one person. So that is how negativity is to humans. And that goes with crime and everything. There's thousands of people, one person does something bad, now we only focus on that. And that's something I had to realize too. Negativity is strong, so you have to do your best to avoid it and realize that there's 1,000 more positive things to focus on.
Wait, you probably can bust if you need to.
Sure. All right, so speak on the negativity tip. Speak on the negativity tip, like the blogs, the black blogs and stuff like that.
Yes.
They're always talking about it. And then if you want big up, you know what I'm saying, the blogs that are, you feel me?
So the thing that is kind of confusing is, but really you can't control it because these are, you know what I'm saying, like people are, is it a shame that negativity goes, my fault, I had a burp. Is it a shame that negativity goes viral? Yes. But at the same time, like I just used 1,000 people in the room thing, people understand that they can make income from negativity. So yes, we can say, okay, hold the blogs accountable for being negative, right? But at the same time, when people see that there's monetary income from doing this, it's kind of impossible to stop them, if that makes sense, because in their eyes, they're looking at it as monetary. So I don't really, it's like, yes, it's fuck shit, but at the same time, sometimes something cannot be for you, and you can understand why behind the scenes. So yes, black blogs posting negative things about black people is counterproductive to the growth of the black people. And you don't really see Asian people doing that. You don't really see Indian people doing that because they have common codes and courtesies. But black people, we have a crab in a barrel mentality anyway. We like to see each other fall. We like to see each other stumble. And we love to see a success fall. We don't like to see a bunch of people on top to say, okay, he represents us. We like to tear everybody down, you know what I mean? So That's the difference, and we gotta just do better with that. But at the same time, hey, it is what it is. You don't know.
She just blew a kiss. Girl, that white thing on her head.
Oh. Hey, me?
Right in the camera.
Hey,
You recording.
okay.
You gonna see it on there.
Shit. So, all right, talk about your IG-friendly Black family unit. What you think about the Black family unit? How to really, do you think like that's the key to financial literacy?
Yeah.
Is that going to help us?
So one thing we gotta understand that is there's no such thing as generational wealth without the Black family. So we have a lot of propaganda preaching, you know, let's all be like Future, let's all be like whoever, right? Cam Newton, these type people, right? And a lot of guys strive to be that, but at the same time, what you don't realize is loyalty becomes broken with a bunch of broken homes. Like me personally, I don't have a full brother and sister that all have, and we have a loyalty problem. Like I have an 8-figure business, but not a lot of them will work with me because their last name isn't attached to it. So you got to understand that that's also how things can happen in any family. The kids are going to sibling rival, and then on top of that, the loyalty to whatever you built may not stand because you have different principles in each household. You don't know what one mother is teaching their kid and one mother and the other mother and the other mother, right? So you can't really raise your kids how you want to raise them either. So one thing I realized that is keeping a lot of races ahead is building family structure. You get what I'm saying? Like a lot of you probably have Thanksgivings all over the place. I gotta go get a plate from my dad, and I gotta go get a plate from here and a plate from here. Some people, they go one spot for their Thanksgiving. You get what I mean? You know what I mean by that shit, bro. And then when you really think about it, it's hard to really bring everybody together from all these separate places. You feel me? So that's why I say we have to fix the family structure. You get what I mean? But I'm explaining something to you, and this is for Black women. Black women, y'all have to understand that when you have children, you cannot have. All right, let me say. Dear Black women, let me explain something to y'all. Here's why it doesn't benefit you by having kids outside of wedlock. See, marriage benefits you guys the most. All I ask for Black women is to require Black men marriage before kids. And let me explain why. If a man marries you, he cannot walk away from you so soon if you guys are married when y'all have kids, because he got to think about alimony, he has to think about getting the divorce, he has a lot of steps to think about before he leaves you. But if you have the kid outside of wedlock, one argument, he has the choice to leave you with no commitment. So that's why marriage protects the woman. That is why y'all need to get married, and y'all need to enforce the rules of men marrying you before kids. Because a lot of you believe that a man is going to stay loyal to you because you had a kid, and that's far from the truth. So believe it or not, Black women could fix the Black race just by requiring Black men to marry them before they have kids. Think about it.
Yeah, you know what we talked about on the phone one day? We talked about what's it called? Like niggas having kids with dumb hoes, and then they kid gonna be dumb. So you want to talk about that?
Nah,
No, that's not how I'm saying.
I did some bro shit.
Y'all ain't hear that.
Did some bro shit.
Go on.
Shit.
All right.
Drop.
I just told Black women how they can fix the Black people. Black women don't even realize how powerful they are. You know what I'm saying? They think they don't have power, but if all Black women said, listen everybody, we ain't having no more kids till these men marry us. They all just go on birth control. Why would you nigga do? Oh, I can't create someone when I none of you. Unless I marry you. Well, let me marry you. You get just real shit. But see, because their standards are low, our standards are low. You know what I mean? Just keep it 1,000.
I don't know.
Because a man ain't finna marry no woman he don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Usually, when a man marries a woman, it's because she requires that out of him, and he knows that. You get what I mean? But a lot of women don't even enforce that. So women don't realize men treat you how you treat yourself. You get what I mean? Like how you value yourself is how that man gonna treat you. So the more value you put on yourself, the better he'll treat you. But really, it's just like I said, stop having babies out of wedlock. That shit ain't helping. And y'all ain't doing nothing but being a single mom on purpose. You know what I mean?
Are you tracking?
All right, so I'm gonna whisper this one. So I remember you talking about dumb niggas having
Nah,
Is that a white?
but that ain't true. Smart niggas got kids too.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, for sure. So let me go ahead and do
Well, here's the thing. The thing I was trying to say was, men should not have a bunch of kids if they're not financially stable. All right, so you can say that. I'll say that again. Men should not have a bunch of kids if they're not financially stable. To me, it's completely selfish of any man or any woman to continuously bring kids into this world poor. But then again, it's kind of counter that because that's how the American race thrived. Like back in the day, people had yeah. Back in the day, people had a bunch of kids. You know what I mean? Like my great grandfather had about 10 kids, and then everybody
Back in the day, they had
country
a boy
folk had
about
a kid. So it pushed the black race forward.
So, you know what? Speaking on kids, now we can go
We
back.
do one more, and we gotta eat something, nigga.
So I'm gonna ask you this. So like, do you think you should be teaching your kids about the stock market early? Is that an integral part to their education profile?
Or let them know what age they should start.
You got an old audience, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
No, wait. No, wait.
So the question was, do I believe people should be teaching their kids financial literacy? And yes, and if you want help on how to teach your kids financial literacy, my personal opinion is the Rich Dad, Poor Dad audiobook. Listen to it while you're working out, so that way you can read it fast. It's about a 4-hour book. If you're doing an hour workout, you'll read that book in 4 days by listening to it. You feel me? But I think it is important to teach kids financial literacy, how to save money and how to invest the money, keep the money working for them while they're not looking, if that makes sense. So buying assets, buying real estate, buying stocks, getting their credit score up, and then teaching them how to borrow against their assets. They can borrow against their stocks, they can borrow against their saving account, they can borrow against their crypto account. So that's the game.
Huh?
I was gonna get something to eat, shit. You feel me? Y'all fuck with that shit though?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Y'all know what it is though, man. It's your boy Eric started arguing with the raw. Y'all can't fuck with this shit, man. This shit lit. You feel me? And y'all see how I self-affirm a lot? I say I'm him, I'm me, I'm this, I'm that. You have to. Like that girl said, on who? On me, right? You gotta self-affirm every single day. Are you not the best social media manager out right now? All right, come on now. And you are pretty good at this shit, Jeff. Like having that, like I see the value of this nigga having him on the team. Like you might have to move here, my nigga.
Shit, let's go, let's do it, bro.
Cause you got the motherfucking, like if I, imagine I'm doing that a lot.
We just did a month's worth of content like this.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I ain't never did no shit like that, cause what I need is a person helping me think, branching ideas.
Just now we did 35.
We did 35 pieces of content.
Yeah. And then yesterday we did 32, I believe.
Okay. So yeah, I might have to move you out here, my nigga. But yeah, let's go, well, the coconut's closed, so get us an Uber to, shit, I don't want to say on live. But I end this live right here. We about to go eat something. Or I keep talking. I just mute it real quick. All right. Yeah, man, it's lit. But nah, man, like every day, self-affirm. Tell yourself that you enough. Tell yourself that you can do it. Tell yourself that, you deserve wealth, Oh, yeah, these niggas got it right here. Yeah. 3 coconuts. 3 coconuts. Hell yeah, we with The coconut man. Hell yeah, so I know where to go. I'ma just come here. I'ma see what little spot this is. I'ma just drive 30 minutes and then be like, bro, let me buy all this shit, take this shit home.
They got empanadas on that.
Empanadas too? I'm good on that. I don't eat that shit. But yeah, nigga, they got the coconut. We lit. I'ma drink a coconut real quick. And they got real juice and shit. Hell yeah. Oh shit, they got mojitos? I ain't even gonna lie, cuz. I might get me one of them goddamn 3 fruits. Hell yeah, cuz. I'm getting me a smoothie real quick. Hell yeah. They got that shit, bro. I'm gonna just get a coconut for now. I'm gonna just come back here. Let me see where the fuck I'm at. See where the fuck I'm at. Hold on. Alright, I got to come here. Alright, let me take a picture of that. Nah, fuck that. I need to send that to me. I'm coming here again. Hell yeah.
I'll tell you how. They ain't even online.
They ain't?
You can't find them on the map.
You got your laptop? I need to charge this phone.
Yeah, I got you.
I need to look at some money. The one that Jeff got. Saw that shit. That what you need, Jeff?
Frozen. You got frozen? Strawberry. Frozen strawberry.
And then two coconuts. Hell yeah, boy. Well, I'm gonna come here and order up a bunch of these hoes, cuz. Look at this shit. They got this shit lined up. Well, I'm gonna come here and get me a box. On like a Monday, come here and just be like, bro, give me the whole box, my nigga. Take this shit home. I might just buy 4 boxes. Come here and be like, hey, cuz, I need a buttload of these motherfucking coconuts. You know what I'm saying? Just give me the contact. In fact, Joe, you can get his contact. Be like, hey, my cuz trying to get a bunch of coconuts. He look like he the real coconut plug. That nigga know how to pick them too. And he shaving them for a nigga. Hold on, my wife know how to buy them too. Never mind. She know how to buy them. Never mind. Asia know how to get them. I forgot she be buying them. She be buying them. Hell yeah. She be buying them and shit. It's kind of hot in Puerto Rico, but it's lit. Fuck it.